Welcome back. It's your boy, Run It Up Rue, with another episode of Real Sports Talk. Guaranteed to keep it realer than real, man. Today we talking Washington Commanders versus the Detroit Lions divisional round matchup. Guaranteed to be a banger for sure. Jaden Daniels has been on a tear for his rookie season. But before we get into all of that, right? I'm on a hunt for 100 subscribers. I'm new to the channel, so I need y'all to cut me some slack. That subscribe, like, and comment to the channel. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Jaden Daniels has already been on a tear for his rookie season. Last week in the wild card matchup, leading his team down the field, setting them up for a field goal to walk it off, and they got it. How many times is my man going to come up clutch? We're going to talk about it. For me, I think the Washington Commanders have a legit chance at beating the Detroit Lions for a couple of reasons. One, being Jaden Daniels. The boy is clutch. Okay, not only in the fourth quarter, but throughout the game, he consistently makes passes and he consistently makes decisions that is best for the team ultimately, right? There's not too many wasted possessions, first of all, right? And two, if it's not open with the pass, my man gonna go get it with his legs. He's looking real dangerous out there. Now, I will say, I hope that he learned how to slide better, because he be taking some hits that is unnecessary. And for his small stature, I need him to stay on the field and stay aggressive. Now, I'm a Cowboys fan, but don't get it twisted. I can recognize talent when I see it. I'm not hating. This channel isn't only a Dallas Cowboys channel, so I'm always going to keep it real with you. Jaden Daniels is a legit quarterback in the NFL right now and has to be taken seriously. With that being said, even though he's a threat, he needs some actual weapons, right? Scary Terry. After that, I'm like, yo, get this man some help. Usually at the beginning of the season, when Jaden Daniels showed everybody he's one of those ones, his team started to rally around him and play above their actual level. But towards the latter end of the season, they have started to regress. The offensive line isn't as playing as sharp as it was at the beginning of the season. Maybe due to, fatigue, could be due to injuries. I'm not really sure how many injuries on that offensive line they have been dealing with. But just like any other NFL team, I'm sure they didn't go unscathed and they have something to talk about as far as injuries. But when it comes to weapons, Scary Terry, you're going to need more than that, right? You're going to need the second wide receiver to step up. You're going to need Brian Robinson Jr., your running back, to actually have a good game. I'm not sure if he cracked 100 yards last week. But I do know that they need to be at least consistent with the run, right? Because time of possession will be key for the Washington Commanders. So, speaking of keys, the hot keys I have personally for the Washington Commanders to beat the Detroit Lions today, one is unleash Jaden Daniels even more. I'm talking design runs. I'm talking ball out his hand quick. Okay, I'm talking anything that will disrupt what the Detroit Lions are trying to do, because you got to remember that their coordinator is up for this, head coaching job. Now, without throwing out the race card or anything like that, it's very important for him to go into this offseason in the best light as possible. In my opinion, the best light as possible, so that he can get some more interviews and actually have some productive interviews that may lead to somewhere and not just solidify the Rooney Rule. So I know he's going to be geared up for this game. And although Aiden Hutchinson is out, he's going to have those guys trying to get to Jaden Daniels at all costs. I can see some cornerback blitzes. I can see some linebackers blitzing through the A and B gaps. I can see a lot of different things to throw a rookie quarterback off his game. So it's going to be a tough challenge for Jaden Daniels to stay above the sticks, keep the chains moving. He's going to have to really remember where his hot routes are. I think that's going to be an X factor in this game. If he can get those hot routes actually moving, then they're going to take off. Jaden Daniels doesn't have a problem putting up points. We all know that. We've seen that for 18 weeks. He has no problem putting up points. They're averaging like almost 30 points a game. So with that being said, it's really not if they can score, keep up with Detroit. It's can they get a stop? Defensively, I think the whole damn squad a liability. Defensively, especially in the secondary. Back there, it's wide open. Grass is green. So they're going to have to do some things today. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to confuse Goff. I doubt that. He's a veteran in this league. I doubt they're going to be able to throw anything at him that's going to confuse him to the point of like totally throwing off their game plan over there. So they're going to have to mismatch from zone to man, and they're going to have to be on point with that for sure. I do think that as well as staying above the chains, down in distance is important. But most important for me, I think they need to start fast. I don't think Jaden Daniels in this game, I don't think it's conducive if he has to play catch up. Although we've seen him do that for, 17 weeks, if they were down, he has no problem coming back. But with that being said, the playoffs is a different beast. I think the game speeds up just a little bit more faster. I think everybody's playing at a high intensity. So he's going to have to be on his game today. As far as the Detroit Lions, they're sitting good. They're actually have less things to worry about, in my opinion. A couple of things could go wrong for the Detroit Lions, and I still feel like they will be okay. They have a two-headed monster at running back. They're getting Montgomery back today, so that's going to be vitally important for them because I think that'll allow Jameer to really execute at a higher level on the plays that he's actually out there instead of having to play the whole game and the whole run game be based off what he's able to do because he is a home run threat. Amon St. Brown, I mean, he's elite. Him and Goff, I think, had a streak going of 30-something passes without a incompletion. So that's crazy right there, but that shows you the connection that those two guys have. So it's important that the Washington defense they are vocal with each other and are paying attention to what's actually going on because they love to move Amon around. They have the cat on his first name is escaping me, but Williams is his last name. I'm sure y'all know who I'm talking about now. He's a threat. So I feel like their game plan here will be beat them up in the first two quarters, and then after that, take a couple shots, win. But I think in the third quarter is when if Washington isn't on that game defensively, I think they start pulling away because I think Detroit's defense is definitely good enough to stop them one or two times. So for Jaden Daniels, I think it'll be crucial for them to have the ball last because Jaden Daniels with the ball last, hopefully they're up. But regardless, Jaden Daniels with the ball last, you have some hope there. He's been doing it all season. But for the Detroit Lions, I think their goal will be time management. I think the longer you can keep Jaden on the bench, the better they'll be, the Detroit Lions. Now, the X factor for the Detroit Lions, in my opinion, is Dan Campbell. He's a gambler, right? He's a gambler. He likes to, let him hang. He likes to let them hang. Last season, in my opinion, he cost his team the chance to go to the Super Bowl. Not just from one play specifically or decision, but for me, it was throughout the whole game. There was a couple times where he went on a fourth down when it wasn't necessary. He chose to not take points when he could have. So and in a playoff, man, the game really becomes a game of inches. Okay, so I don't suggest Washington or Detroit give up on any 3 points that they can just because you feel like your team can get it or you want to take the momentum and say, look at us. I think the smart guy wins this game. I think it'll be a physical battle. I'm not sure if it'll be a very high scoring game unless it's a blowout. I do think ultimately though that Detroit walks away with this. If I had to throw a score prediction at it, I would probably give it a 27-24, something like that. I think Detroit pulls it away with a field goal. I think Jaden Daniels maybe has 1 or 2 interceptions, maybe a fumble on a run. I think he gives the ball over. I think it's a crucial play that ultimately decides this game. Most games, it comes down to 1 or 2 plays. So with that being said, right, I think everybody got to be on top of the game today. I think Jaden Daniels will. He's a rookie, so we got to see how he plays. But I need some help. He needs some help out there besides just Terry, Scary Terry, because I'm pretty sure Detroit's philosophy in this game is going to be take him away, make somebody else beat us. And I don't think you can take him away and say, Jaden, go run, and that'll be enough to beat the Detroit Lions. So I see the tight end getting involved for Jaden. And then, like I said, the secondary wide receiver is definitely going to step in. And Brian Robinson, bruh, if you can at least get 70 to 85 yards today, that'll do great things for Washington. Now, let me also say, there was no way I was rooting for Washington anyway, baby. It's motherfucking Cowboys, baby. But I got to keep it real. They do have one of those ones now. I don't think this is just some rookie thing. When I watch Jaden Daniels pass the ball, when I watch him break down that defense, it's not moving too fast for him. It's not. He is seeing the game. He is seeing the field. So I think this is going to be one hell of a matchup. I think Washington is low-key being slept on. I think Detroit is not sleeping on them. I think the rest of the world is sleeping on them. And yeah, I think it's going to be a banger for sure. Well, that's going to be all today, folks. I want y'all to do me a favor. I need y'all to stomp that like button. I need y'all to ring that notification bell. Cut me some slack, please. Subscribe, like, and comment, because we still on that hunt for 100 subs. I salute.